Welcome back to the show.
Yes, sir.
We'll be talking about transfers and needs, do's and don'ts
Yeah.
in this transfer. This is the ATP, and we're about to break it down for every team, basically the top six teams.
Traditional top
And
six.
yeah, and the transfer and what is good business and what is potentially bad business.
Yeah.
So let's start off with Liverpool, top of the tree.
Yeah.
You're not the elephant on the tree.
No, 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 no.
You're just
I,
Liverpool.
I don't want to throw shade, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, comfortable, only at the top.
3 points clear
3 points.
after Arsenal lost to Fulham in a very bad way.
Very, very bad. Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy for that though. Yeah.
True. So if what are you hearing right now about Liverpool and how good can you guys improve, or what can you improve on in January, in your opinion?
Okay, so my opinion has changed a lot. If you compare how we started the season, what we thought we needed in the season from the beginning of the season till now. Club has done what club does by downplaying any links and everything, saying we don't really need anything. There are so many rumors and reports coming from the club, like Liverpool might not even sign anybody unless it makes sense. Their favorite term, which I don't really understand what they mean by unless it makes sense, or they are looking at alternatives.
So what makes sense right now?
For me, I think we need one more DM to pair with Endo, because now that we're going to really miss Endo in the Asian Cup, and even when he comes, we need that rotation, because hopefully we want to be in all the four competitions we are still in now.
And I thought Thiago is back.
But Thiago is a luxury player that we don't want to be dependent on again, because we need him for the business end of the season, especially in the EPL. So we need him for that, and hopefully if Budgetic is able also to come back, then because with him, last press conference, Klopp is like it's a growing issue, which I don't understand. He says the doctors are advising that they need to take time with him because his body is changing, is growing. I don't know what they are creating in that lab there for him to say such a thing, because it makes no sense to me. So for the January window, I think we need a midfielder. And if we could get a CB or a left back, I'll be okay with it. But we've called one of our academy kids from Dundee United, Owen Beck. So, and he's a left back. So if he's able to fit in the first 11, then that'll be cool. We just need one more CB.
I don't want to throw shades at Dundee United, but
Yeah.
maybe that's not going for the title.
Yeah, I get what you
Maybe
mean.
that's not what
Maybe
or who you should
we,
be.
we might not be using him in the EPL part, but we might use him in the other
Okay,
competitions.
cups.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because we can't also play Gomez every
So who-
single game.
So who would be your? Could you give me a two-tier list?
Yeah.
Priority number one, priority number two, as in like midfielder that you think one makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying give me
A dream,
yeah,
a dream
yeah, well,
signing.
yeah.
Yeah.
makes sense and would be priority number one for you in the midfield.
Because we're so linked to Andre.
Yeah.
I would because we are linked to him. I went to watch his game. Sometimes I watched one or two of his games when they were in the Copa
Libertadores,
yeah,
yeah.
and a couple of his highlights. Him, or as I've watched Fulham so many times this season, Palina.
So you would rank Andre.
Not over Palina, but on the same S tier list. Like we need one of these two.
Okay.
But because of the age, we know Liverpool don't really sign old except for Endo unless it makes sense with the money wise. And Palina is going for I think 60 mil.
Yeah.
So I don't know unless Liverpool does something different because they want to win something. And I recently came across the Real Sociedad midfielder, the baby Busquets. He has been dubbed that he's really really good. I watched a couple of his. I don't watch La Liga that much, so I watched a couple of his
Honestly,
highlights.
nobody really does. I'm kidding.
Unless it's Barca and Madrid, yeah, and Atletico sometimes. So these two, I can't really say much because I haven't seen so much of the kids game.
Yeah.
So for me to say that
No,
he's the one.
Zubimendi is quite good.
Good, yeah.
I rate his game I rate his game. He's good on the tackles
Yeah.
and his distribution, his scanning, is very good. I think Baby Busquets is a huge shout.
Yeah, for them to call him that
Yeah.
means maybe there's a huge potential for him to
He's good.
get
He's
there.
good. He's not.
the Bus.
Yeah, he's not the Busquets,
Busquets level,
Yeah, he's
okay.
not the Busquets, but he's a competent player.
Yeah.
And at the price, I think he has a 50 million euro release clause.
Yeah.
Which I think it makes sense. In this day and age where Caicedo's go for
Yeah.
100 mil,
Middle.
that is a bargain in my opinion.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
And then if you come to the defense, Ignacio has been linked to us,
Right.
and the Bayer Leverkusen defender, Hikampi.
Hincapié,
Yeah.
the Ecuadorian.
Yes. So these two, if you could get any of them, that would be good. There are rumors coming out that Liverpool has sent a 30 mil to Sporting for Ignacio, which I don't know.
For me, these rumors are just.
Yeah, rumors. It's just
His release clause is
It's 60. It
so
makes no
send him
sense.
30 million.
it's
Yeah, Sporting
Anyway.
don't do business. like
no
that. So,
pay. Just
yeah,
pay and take the
They-
player
yeah,
if you want him.
pay
So
the release clause, but yeah. Okay, so you are looking at two positions that
for me,
you're
these
not
two.
looking at a striker position.
we,
You're gonna
we
stick
are-
with Klopp, like what Klopp is saying. Be patient.
be
with
patient.
Nunes
Yeah,
and you score the
yeah,
goals.
and we have 5 attackers.
Okay.
5
So
attackers.
somebody will step up.
Someone has to step up.
Eventually.
If they don't, then it's up to them. Then the whole 5 has failed us. So because for you to buy another striker right now, we don't need. If we get a striker, who are we going to go for? And all these really good strikers who will fit into Liverpool are going to be very costly.
And usually you don't do that business in January.
January.
You wait till summer.
Summer. We
January
made
is just to like plug.
patch up, yeah, and we've actually made very good January signings over the year. But then
Of course.
for
Suarez comes to
Van
mind.
Dijk,
Van Dijk comes to
Gakpo,
mind. Yeah.
so these
Well,
people.
I wouldn't.
No,
Stop
Gakpo.
it.
Okay, wait.
No,
Gakpo.
mm-mm.
Hold on.
No.
I'm not saying.
I'm not gonna let you finish that.
Wait, let me.
He's not
Let me.
on the.
No, wait. Let me finish what I want to say. He hasn't. He hasn't transformed the side,
Yeah.
but for the time he came, he struggled a bit. But then he helped carry us to the 5th finishing that we got to. He did. There were times after he scored his first goal, he was scoring almost every other game to help us get to the 5th position, almost qualifying for Champions League. Without him, because the goals weren't really coming from anywhere else.
Right now, his legacy is even below Origi.
Okay, no, Origi is a different cult hero. No, Origi is a different
Like
one.
coming off the bench and
Yeah.
being an impact. I
Yeah.
don't think
He
he's
has his moments.
He's a good he's turning out to be maybe a good signing, like a good signing.
Yeah.
But he's not somebody who you call as one of a marquee signing that you
Of-
made in
of course,
January
no,
in
no,
your Liverpool
okay.
history. So that's why I didn't know.
Oh,
so
okay,
finish
alright.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go to people who are third on the table because for now, we have to jump Aston Villa.
Yeah,
So let's go to the people who are third on the table. That's Man City.
not for long. Don't be third for long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man City. And what do you think they need? Because there are rumors flying around that they want Kimmich, Joshua Kimmich, and
Yeah.
Joshua Kimmich might be going for very cheap for a player of that quality.
Yeah.
Going for very cheap right now. So who do you think should be? Because maybe Man City getting Kimmich, it's like the rich getting richer.
Yeah, it makes no sense. The Premier League needs.
I would
needs to
rather
stop
any other
it.
team get
Yeah.
Joshua Kimmich.
I wouldn't mind him at Liverpool actually.
Yeah, because you support Liverpool. I'm saying,
Yeah.
okay, maybe, in my opinion,
Yeah.
any other team aside. In fact, I don't even want Arsenal to get Joshua.
Exactly. Because okay, Arsenal, Liverpool, City. I don't even want him at Chelsea.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's a game changer.
Changer. He has that mentality, and we
Yeah.
don't need that at Chelsea because we want Chelsea where they are.
And you don't need that at Manchester United neither. Cause,
Exactly. We don't want them.
all right. Okay,
yeah.
let's say he goes to Man City. What?
Ooh,
Him and Rodri in that midfield.
that's unfair, man.
That's cheat code.
That's unfair.
That's cheat code. Let's just hope it doesn't happen.
Let's
But
just
in
hope
the
he
case
plays
it
with German
happens,
tax. Yeah,
I think Man City win everything in front of them.
it's a cheat code.
Because even
With
now they're the
KDB come,
favorite.
yeah, even now they're the favorite, and KDB is going to be like a new signing,
Yeah.
coming in fresh for the
Exactly.
second half.
Exactly.
It's nah.
So having KDB, Foden looking like he's improving his
Yeah.
game, Alvarez and
Bernardo
Rodri
Silva.
being now from a DM to a box to box
Box.
complete center mid,
Yeah.
and then having Kimmich as
Kimmich.
an anchor.
Deep line playmaker, bruh.
Imagine, one
Nah.
of these. I don't know in what terms we can be able to explain this. Losing Calvin Phillips and adding Joshua Kimmich.
That's an improvement.
Oh, I'm trying to say the monumental improvement. Like, what do you compare it to?
Oh, I'll compare it to when Liverpool signed Van Dijk
And
and Alisson. The way they just were shaking and boom.
no.
What
It's
no?
not the same because they're already top. And
No, I mean, like, their midfield is so dependent on Rodri running the whole show.
Yeah.
Should he have a bad game,
the
they
whole
concede.
team kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
So having Kimmich there releases some pressure off Rodri.
Yes.
So that means he doesn't need to worry too much about defending. He can control the game on the front foot.
Yeah.
So that helps the whole way
Yeah, but
that
the
City play.
monumental, Van Dijk came to Liverpool. Liverpool were conceding goals for fun.
Yeah,
And
we
then
are just
he-
giving the goals.
Yeah, and then he stops the whole, the bleeding.
Okay,
basically.
okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So
Whereas
for-
Man City now is I'm just
Yes.
talking about that particular upgrade from, it's like going from maybe Nokia 3310 to an iPhone.
That's still a big jump, bro. That's still a big jump.
The quality is between the two players, Calvin Phillips and Kimmich. Calvin Phillips is Nokia.
Come on, man. Come on.
No, it's not this on Calvin Phillips. It's the quality of Joshua Kimmich. If he was playing in the Prem, we would be giving him the shouts of
One of the best midfielders, yeah.
and he's
Okay,
a legend
I
in
hear
the
you.
game as well. It's not just
Yeah,
good.
I hear you.
He's been doing it long enough. He has the experience. He has won everything.
I hear you.
Was he part
Okay.
of the World Cup squad as well?
The one that won?
I'm
Nah,
not
I'm
too
too
sure
sure,
about
no.
that. But he has won everything in
Yeah.
front of him. Okay, they've not won the Euros, but he is a winner.
Club level, he's won everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that upgrade is massive. It's massive. And Man City signs some kid from Argentina, Echeverri,
Yeah.
which he looks like a very good, kind of like a Julian Alvarez type
Yeah.
of thing. So I was wondering, you already have Julian. You're going for Julian
Maybe they are
2.0.
they are planning for the future. 'Cause,
I see.
yeah, they're
He's a
planning for
top
the-
talent, so
yeah.
you want to grab him early,
Early
before
before-
he becomes 100 million.
Bruh.
So they're always doing good business. That's one thing with City. And Tiki,
They barely fail.
they barely,
barely,
and even if
like-
they do, it's masked under winning. Like Grealish,
Yeah.
for me, in my opinion, Grealish
has
is
been
a
basic.
bad signing
For 100 mil.
for 100 mil.
Yeah.
But it has been masked with.
He has won a
winning
treble,
A
so
treble, exactly.
nobody
So
really
Why
cares
would
ab-
you complain?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they barely miss.
Well, City doesn't really need much.
No, they don't.
But what about their left back? They don't have an out and out left back, like a Prem level out and out left back.
Yeah, but they're making it work.
They
with
are
the
making it work with
Ake
it. Yeah.
and
Gavadio sometime.
Gavadio on the left side. So they're making it work. Maybe they might go out to get one. Maybe they could go out in the summer to get Alfonso.
Oh, I heard that though.
Yeah,
I did hear that.
which
Which again? Come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, going to Arsenal. Somehow they're fourth.
Somehow, surprisingly,
It's crazy.
crazy,
It's
man.
crazy. Somehow, like they're fourth at this point.
Crazy.
But they're looking to get Zubimendi.
Yeah.
They want
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney.
Oof.
They've always been talking about Douglas Luiz. It's just not gonna happen when they are
At this
also in
point,
the title
yeah.
race. If Aston Villa were where Chelsea were,
Then
I feel like
it will make sense.
maybe
Because
Premier League clubs now don't really sell to other Premier League clubs.
Yeah.
Unless you're paying stupid money.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like Douglas Luiz could just be a rumor that is out there, but it would never be something that comes to fruition. But Zubimendi playing alongside Declan Rice could be a game changer for them.
Okay, where do you think they are lacking the most? Is it their midfield, their defense, or their attack? I feel like
Defense is okay.
the defense is very solid.
It's very solid because
Very
for
solid.
me, where they would have been, there's a player that we have all forgotten about that they bought during the summer. I might butcher his first name, Julian or Julian Timber.
Oh, Timber, yeah,
This guy,
very
in my
good.
opinion,
Very, very good.
is one of those elite right backs that invert.
Yeah,
He can put in a tackle, make good passes.
He's physical
He
as
used
well.
to play in the mid. His twin brother plays in the
the
midfield.
Yeah,
He sometimes plays in the midfield for Ajax as a DM.
Yeah.
And then is a right back, can play centre back. It's a huge miss that we're really not talking about when
Yeah.
it comes to Timber. I know he has not played enough in the Prem
For us
to
to-
say
yeah.
how is he a miss.
Miss, yeah.
But I'll go with the same argument we're making.
we did. Yeah,
He's such a good quality player that I think is a huge miss. Some of these games they've lost because of Zinchenko.
having a really off
Eh,
day. He's having an off
He's usually
season.
having, for
Yeah.
me, he will never be consistent defensively.
Yeah.
So no matter how good he plays going forward, he would always drop something.
Stink up the defense.
Yes,
Okay.
he will always think up the defense. But if they had Timber in that left, who could give comparable, nobody can pass the ball like Zinchenko coming from that left back
Yeah.
inverting in world football, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think any inverted player plays it better than Zinchenko. But you can have players that give you the defensive stability in Timber and gives you a very
Good enough.
high level,
Yeah.
yes, inversion. Okay, sorry. No, Trent could play the inverted role better than
Oh, yeah.
Zinchenko.
I thought you were talking about Arsenal players.
No,
They-
okay.
okay.
No. I'm thinking like world football. Who,
Oh, okay.
who can play that right back inverted
Better,
role
come
better
on.
than Zinchenko? But
Yeah.
Trent, my
Yeah.
bad, Trent. But yeah, Timber can give you very good quality at
Yeah.
that midfield, and his tackling ability is actually ridiculous. 1v1,
Yeah.
both feet. He tackles with both feet.
Okay.
So
He's a big miss.
huge miss.
Yeah,
so
he's a
their
big
defense
miss.
for me, going in this year,
Yeah.
he will come back because he was, I think 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
So he will
Come back. Yeah.
and he will need time,
To get used to
but
it.
they have enough players. I hear Tomiyasu might go out on loan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't see what Arteta wants to play, in my opinion, doesn't work with a Tomiyasu.
Okay.
I think the thing with Arteta, he is more focused on being a mad genius than doing things with logic. I feel like that's his biggest problem right now. Because
He wants to be a maverick.
yes,
Okay.
he wants to do a pep. He's forcing to do a pep where I want to create. I want to invent football
Create new
or
positions.
reinvent football.
Create new
Yeah,
positions, man.
like whoever you think can play in this position, I would show
Show
you
you.
that they do.
Yeah.
He has done it with Partey. He played Partey at
The
right back to do the inverting role at right back. It doesn't work because at the end of the day, for me, if somebody's playing right back, that's the problem I have with Trent.
Yeah.
You are going to have to line up in that right back position and come against wingers
Where you have to defend.
who you have to defend at some point.
Yeah.
You can't have the ball for 100% of the time. It
Yeah.
just doesn't work that way. So putting a Partey who's the mechanics in playing in the midfield is way different than playing at right,
right
back.
back.
How you need to sit down, how you need to tackle, how you need to cover the angles
Yeah.
is way different. So just doing that, like out of the blue, thinking it will work, for me, it's not logic. It's just him trying to be
Trying to force
a
it.
genius. And
Yeah.
whenever they interview the players, when they ask Arteta, they call him genius. Like
Okay.
if you say one word for the coach, they call him genius.
Genius.
And I feel like he's trying too hard to live up.
To the being a pep student.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There are too many mistakes. The Tomiyasu playing inversion, Tomiyasu, first of all, even at right back, he's not a good. He doesn't use the ball very well.
Yeah.
So imagine putting him in a
Imagine.
crowded area. How would he use the ball? So it never really works when he does that. And then he will take Kivior, who is a centre back. I
Put
think
him-
he's a very good centre
He's
back.
okay.
Put him at left back and then tell him he has to
He
invert.
inverts.
It makes different players, different system, change it up
Yeah.
and find a solution. But he's just Kai Havertz, you know. Now he plays striker, centre mid. I've never what Kai Havertz is doing.
No, I feel like
actually
he's
don't-
trying to make Kai Havertz work, make him score goals so that it will be like, yeah, I water Kai Havertz, so I'm trying to make him work and let him earn that he's not such a bad player. So he's trying
Right.
to play a system that will suit him, make
Yes.
him run late into the box and
Yeah.
stuff. But I heard from Arsenal fans saying that the way he's playing Kai Havertz has affected Martinelli's game a little bit, as in how Xhaka used to overlap on the left side to help Martinelli. So he runs behind Martinelli. Martinelli can then cut in or pass the ball to Xhaka, which helps Martinelli's game. But now when Martinelli is there, nobody actually does overlapping.
Yeah. Nobody. But I
Because
feel
it's
like,
supposed to be Kai Havertz to help. But now Kai Havertz is supposed to be close to the striker
Yeah.
to be able to score more goals. I don't know if you get what I mean.
I get what you talk. Like
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. Sometimes when I look at it, Kai Havertz. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
He's actually working really hard
Yeah.
to stay in this team. If
Yeah.
you just be objective as a fan, he's working really hard because off the ball, if you watch his positioning, off the ball, he's literally next to Declan Rice as a CM.
Yeah.
And then on the ball, he has to go as high as the striker or
striker.
sometimes beyond the striker.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have too much confidence, so maybe you don't want him around the ball too much. He doesn't help Martinelli in terms of showing to give him a pass. So Martinelli is easily doubled
up,
with
yeah.
no repercussions from the other team at
Yeah.
all. Because so I get what they're saying. It's just again, it just goes to the point that I'm making that Arteta is more focused on being a genius than he is on just getting out of the way
Yeah.
and letting the team win.
Yeah.
I think they're fourth because of Arteta trying too hard. Like, go back to the basics.
Do what you are best at.
Yeah.
And
let
just
the
win.
team get out of the way of the team. Let the team win.
They getting, if they are able to get Ivan
Ivan
Toney,
Toney.
where do you think does it increases their chance of winning the EPL?
Yes. Yeah.
He's been out for a while though.
Yes, that he would need some adjustment period, but it's not like he's not going into a Chelsea.
Okay.
He's not going in. He's going into a structure. When a player has missed so many games and stuff, you need them to be in a structure,
Yeah.
a team that is already winning, so you don't feel the pressure of
You have to
every
win it,
single
yeah.
goal means something.
Yeah.
Because the Jesus, I mean, we are the standards we have set for. Well, the standards Arsenal fans have set for themselves and their team. That's what we're making them try to live up to now.
Yeah.
Right. But realistically, this team, if not for last year, what they showed, this team is not supposed to be doing what
they are doing. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at fourth is a good position for this Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Right now. So adding an Ivan Toney pushes them up. No pressure. Gabriel Jesus can still be starting. Nketiah maybe goes out on loan or whatever, but Jesus can still be starting until he gets the form.
Okay.
But then he would be a massive upgrade because he will just score more, assist more. Even though Gabriel Jesus is better on the ball slightly.
Yeah.
But
his hold-up play is amazing.
His hold-up
play.
play, which would bring players in. So his assist
It will help Saka and Martinelli and stuff.
So
like
he's
that.
just he's a big upgrade to Arsenal, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a huge upgrade. And we go to I don't know if we want to talk too much about Emil Smith Rowe.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a highly talented English player.
I really don't know what's going wrong for him.
Injuries.
I know he came back from injury
He had
and
that groin injury.
yeah, and groin is.
You know how
I
it
should
is.
I should know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
suffering
know
for
how
one
it is.
right
Both
now.
of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's reoccurring. And but there was something that happened. Was it their loss to Fulham where Martinelli was subbed off, and when he was sitting at the bench.
I feel like it's been overplayed.
I know it's been overplayed, but come on, you can't say you didn't see it. 'Cause
Martinelli was angry of being subbed off. I feel like that's a natural.
That's a
player's,
natural, yeah. But
thing. If you're not angry being subbed off, actually,
you're
I don't
angry.
like it.
You're angry at the coach, not
Yeah.
at someone who is not. He's not even the one subbing you off. He's not the one being swabbed. At the end of the day, no matter how angry I am, I have a team player stretching his hand to say, "Come on, man."
I don't
it's
think
okay."
he saw him.
I think he. Even if he didn't, I think for me, I think he did.
He's so pissed that the
Every he
closest
sees
person,
red?
the closest, no, I feel like he was so pissed. The closest person to him, that's who he saw. His head was down. He just wanted to sit down. Like he just wanted to sit down because he's pissed. Because Martinelli usually it's like a routine if you watch it, right?
Yeah.
He's always been taken off, even if he's playing well or not. He's always
the first person, the
yeah,
first.
He could be playing. I feel like Remember when we had this Mane Salah?
Yeah,
They're not on that level.
Yeah.
They're not on that level. But Mane could be playing better than Salah.
And
but
Mane will be
Salah,
yeah.
Mane will be taken off, and Martinelli could be playing better than Saka. Saka never gets taken off.
It's because okay, I get him. Yeah, I get him.
I understand, even though Martinelli is not playing to the levels that he should be playing at, and sometimes it's not even his fault. He hits the post, he makes the goalkeeper make saves, he creates chances for the team. Yeah, he's unlucky. He actually, maybe in terms of dribbling, like I see him beating his player more often than Saka does it. Even,
that's true.
You know, so it's frustrating for a player where you feel like and Martinelli is somebody who gives his all.
Oh, yeah.
He has that South American
passion.
So when you're taking him off,
like what? Why are you taking me off?
Yeah. So for me, I think it's overblown. I think in training they probably talked even after the game they talked it out. It's not. But we want something to talk about. So
we love this.
Yeah,
we love this. Yeah, we love this.
I feel like it's not.
But I feel like putting the injury aside, he deserves more playing time at Arsenal. Because ESR, because he was a number 10, and he was piped to be one of like the next best thing with Saka.
I still think he's a really good quality player.
He is a very good player. I just feel like, I don't know, he doesn't fit the system, like you said in the genius.
He needs a good run of games. He needs to leave Arsenal, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he needs to leave
Where
Arsenal.
do you think he should go to?
If I were him, Brighton.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because he can play on the wings, he can play in
and
the
he has a very good teacher.
And he's already that type of player where they care about the passes, they care about the spacing where they are, and they are good on the half turn. He is a good. It's basically a Cole Palmer, not being able to play at City because quote unquote the
better players.
Well, for Cole Palmer, it's not quote unquote. They are better players, but sometimes you question why Emil Smith Rowe is not playing.
Yeah.
And I think it goes to a Brighton or let's say even a Manchester United. But
he would,
that won't happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if he goes to a Brighton, he goes to a Newcastle or something
West
like
Ham.
that. Or West Ham, right? And he would turn out, for me, in my opinion, to be one of those Cole Palmers or the Gordons.
Okay.
And then we go to Chelsea.
Let's talk Chelsea.
Yeah. We want to sign a center back. We're still looking. Okay.
Of all the signings you guys have made,
No. Let's not do this.
All right. Yeah, you talk.
You guys can never let us breathe about these things.
Okay.
We made a mistake. We have accepted that we did make a mistake in signing all of these players.
All right.
So let's move on.
Let's move on.
Okay. So I'm not gonna lie. I heard we're looking at 4 new faces, and I'm like, 4 is too much.
Okay. Where, in your opinion, do you guys need? What position?
If Poch
Yeah.
can work with the midfielders he has, I'm not looking for a midfielder like that. I'll wait for the summer.
Okay.
Like a Paulina. I'll wait for the summer.
I want to talk about that. But before we talk, you finish the others.
For a striker,
Makes sense.
I would want a striker, but the strikers we're looking at, in my opinion, are expensive. Well, money has never been our
problem. Money is never.
We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Ivan Toney and Victor Osimhen.
Who just signed, but then you can still buy him.
Yeah, because there's a clause. There's a release clause.
130.
So you could. I feel like you could go and make him sign now, like the Nkunku deal.
Yeah.
Make him sign now, so in the summer you just get it. So maybe we'll just have to. I don't want to panic buy. We're in panic mode because we're 10.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what I'm saying doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to panic buy, but we're in panic mode. But I feel like Jackson playing on the left-hand side, Nkunku playing on the left. I don't want Nkunku as my number 9. It's wasted out there. He's not a 9.
Yeah.
He's not a 9. He's a 10 or left-hand side in coming inside. Yeah. Touching the ball. Give him more touches.
Okay.
So Borja, for me, because of the injuries coming off of, I think he needs to go on a loan.
More game time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we need to find a striker maybe that is not playing so much at one of these clubs, or at these smaller clubs that is on form,
Good enough to score.
good enough to get the goals.
Yeah.
And we be patient for our striker in the summer, because I feel like that's the only time you can get a good deal. There's this guy that I really like, who looks like a Lewandowski kind of to me, the Sporting Lisbon guy, but he's just had, his name is Gyökeres, something like, I'm sure I'm butchering his
yeah.
name, but yeah, he's scoring a lot of goals, and I like his attributes. He's a creator on the ball, and the shots power, left foot, right. You know that's what I'm.
Yeah,
You know that's what I like.
Yeah. That's your team.
Yeah. The only player I would say I would aggressively go for, if they're available, if the contract that they just signed had a clause in there,
Yeah.
is Olise.
Okay. All right.
I would aggressively, because our defense is not great, but I can manage the players we have right now.
Now.
As long as we have somebody in line to, like, a quality centre back
Yeah.
that we're planning to get in the summer to replace Thiago
Oh,
Silva. I want pace. We had that in Fofana, but I can't trust Fofana anymore.
The
That one
injury,
is
yeah.
unless he proves it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable. Yeah.
So I need pace. I need pace to cover Colwell's lack of pace, or Badiashil's lack of pace. So we are talking about the Todibo, and I would love for us to get a Todibo. That's such a good balance. It's
yeah.
like a Fofana type of player.
Yeah.
And he's, you know how Konate is being deemed as the best channel defender 1v1.
Yeah. He's also.
He is a monster in the channels 1v1. And I love that, because of the way we do the possession, we go so high up. You need that eraser, that magic eraser.
When you make a mistake.
When you make a mistake, or you lose the possession,
Yeah.
you can't bet on Caicedo to make that recovery run and make the tackle.
Yeah.
You need that fast guy. You guys, Konate. Man City has Kyle Walker for it. And Spurs used to have Van der Ven for
Yeah.
it. Everybody who is elite.
Arsenal has Saliba.
Arsenal has Saliba. So anybody who is elite has
That's
that
someone.
corrector.
Yeah.
We need that corrector in
Okay.
Todibo. Yeah. But if not Todibo, let's keep scouting. Players will come up.
Definitely.
Keep scouting for the summer to
Yeah.
get me. But if I say I want to play now, because now our problem is conversion chances
Yeah.
and stuff like that. We create chances, but I want quality. And Olise for me, I always rate Olise.
Yeah.
We had the argument Olise versus Kudus.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Olise
Yeah.
is that guy.
Okay. The problem I have with the Paulinho shout is, why do you need Paulinho?
Because we have too many midfielders, right?
No, it's not about that. You want him as a DM.
Yeah.
Why did you say Caicedo?
Okay. Why I need Paulina is Caicedo. I think based off how Poch plays,
Yeah.
makes Caicedo go outside too much
Okay.
of the central areas.
Yeah.
So if you watch his positioning, most of the time he's having to sprint back to make a tackle, which is
yeah.
harder.
Okay.
His recovery pace is good, but we use him so much on the ball that he doesn't have the energy
To be making those
these
runs.
tackles.
Yeah.
And he's not Gallagher, to be
yeah.
honest.
The energy.
The
come
energy.
on.
Nobody's
Yeah.
Gallagher
No,
in world
no.
football.
Right
Nobody's
now,
Gallagher.
nobody.
So I feel like we struggle, and hopefully we don't, if we're going to lose a Gallagher because he's refusing to sign, I know it's the club they want to sell Gallagher
Yeah.
for financial fair play reasons,
Yeah.
let's be honest. But if we lose a Gallagher, we need a tackling machine. Who is a tackling machine that is available?
Paulinho.
Paulina. And for me, he comes to play DM. We play 4-3-3. He cleans up. Caicedo goes to the Gallagher role, which he can give me energy and better usage of the ball than Gallagher. And I think he could actually score more than Gallagher, because Gallagher should score more. Gallagher has the game of scoring more. He just
Okay.
hasn't shown it for me at Chelsea. That's the problem.
He has shot some really nice balls. It just
Yeah.
hit the post, so the keeper makes the save.
Makes a save.
So
No, he has a good potential of scoring more than Caicedo. No doubt. So
okay.
going somewhere else would give him that calmness.
Yeah.
Maybe now he's rushing. He's trying to prove too much.
Captain.
He's a
come on.
Chelsea through and through. Like
Yeah.
honestly, so he I feel like he tries too hard sometimes,
club,
or
yeah.
overthinks it or something like that, right? So puts Caicedo in the Gallagher role and have Enzo play like 4-3-3 in my opinion, and wide players.
And where does Cole Palmer play in that 4-3-3? On the right?
Kopama for me will play on the right. Look, if I have Olise,
Yeah.
if I get Olise,
Yeah.
I would play Olise on the right,
Right.
because I don't like when if you're playing 4-3, I don't like when both of the wingers are like wide.
Wide, too
I want
wide.
one to be wide. I want one to be kind of like
Tugged in.
inverted.
Yeah.
So Cole Palmer, for me, could play on the right hand side
Mm-hmm.
as the inverted winger, whilst Rich James, if he leaves the hospital, right, can be the guy wider
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Whilst Olise can play on the left hand side,
Yeah.
being wide, stretched wide,
Yeah.
like so to beat his man 1v1 and
And
give
where
us
does
elite
Nkunku play in that
crossing.
4-3?
Then now I can
Allow
be okay with playing Nkunku as a striker, but not as a false nine like a Firmino.
Drops
Touch the ball a
in.
lot,
Okay.
so people can be running in and stuff like that. I know it looks complicated,
Very.
and stuff, but we would have a lot of if we have Paulina, we would have a
A
lot
lot
of
of balance in the midfield.
yes, tackling.
Everybody, like
headers.
wherever Paulina goes, brings that kind of.
the guy
calmness.
wants it, man.
Yeah.
You can see against Arsenal.
not like-
Did
he
you
was
see the
proving
tackles he
that-
made, and he was shouting in the box. Did
The
you see
last
that
minute
passion?
tackle.
Oh my god,
Bruh.
I'm like, bring this guy. I need
him
guy.
in Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah. So that's done with Chelsea. And Manchester United, our last team to talk about.
They need a lot.
Yeah, but
They-
maybe the only thing that is happening so far, because I think they're almost at the final stages of the takeover, the 25% takeover, and the only thing that is happening right now is the Sancho to
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Yeah, and then Varane leaving.
Varane leaving as well.
Yeah, without. Yeah.
In my opinion, honestly, with the Varane thing, I think it's a good. He's their best, minus the Butcher. The Butcher is their best centre back in my opinion. But then Varane is their second best, and maybe at this point where they are, you say they can't afford to lose their second best.
Best, yeah.
But I think it's a thing of taking a step back to move forward.
Well, for me, I get what you're saying, not to cut you short, but I feel because there's this tension between the player and the coach, so they are just choosing to let that some of the toxic atmosphere leave.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why they are choosing not to extend, because if you have a Varane who is your second best, why don't you extend just for one more year so that you use that year to look for the better replacement?
I think it's because they have, I don't know how to say this parable. When you always keep a stone behind the door. I think they have just in case for anything. I think Todibo
Okay.
plays for Nice.
Yeah.
Ratcliffe owns Nice, and he's about to take over 25%.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is something that is verbally being hashed out already. That
the underground work has already been done.
And Todibo has a similar game to a Varane, where the speed is the number one attribute that they have.
Okay.
Todibo is not the best forward, even though this year you say he's making a lot of forward passes, but he's playing in the French league. He's not the best
ball playing.
Yeah, but he masked those with his ability to just make ridiculous tackles. He can even play. He can even play right back. That's how good he is as a tackler, playing against somebody 1v1.
Okay.
So I think they have something like that in the background. So
that's why they're allowing. Okay.
To let Varane go. That's why I think also it will be very difficult for Chelsea to get Todibo.
And one other player who is also leaving is Sergio Reguilon.
Yeah, he's already left
for Spurs.
Yeah.
Because they feel that his left back position is already crowded, because they have Luke Shaw and Malaysia is coming back, so they feel they don't need him.
I mean, you might as well call him Malaysia, because he's not been around. The boy's been injured the whole season. I don't think I don't think the position is covered, because Malaysia is good. He started out well.
Yeah.
Right, but I feel like Reguilon is a bit
better. But then,
especially going forward, Reguilon has a lot of passion. I like, passion is not
everything, but it counts a lot. It counts
sometimes,
yeah,
especially when you're playing for Manchester United.
Yeah.
When somebody like Morgan Gibbs-White in the Nottingham Forest game says, look at their faces,
They
they don't
don't
even
want to be here.
So maybe
Yo,
that
that's a bar.
and then he won the game as well.
Exactly.
That's mad. I actually shout out to him. I feel
Yo.
like he's one of those qualities that I've been shouting him out for
No, no.
seasons now.
No, he's one
of those players that
he's quite good.
you know those Grealish players where they don't play for your team but you like watching
Yeah,
them.
he's quite good.
He's that guy.
There's a lot he could do better, but that's a different.
Nah, he's gonna be good.
That's a different conversation for a different day.
21.
Yeah.
He's gonna be really good. He's gonna be really
So I think United they need a lot in their midfield.
Sancho leaving. What do you what do you make of if he does happen?
I think it's a good deal for Sancho because he needs that playing time, and United he shouldn't play for United. The environment is too toxic. Because when even if he does come back, should they change the how do you call it, the coach, and he comes back and he has a bad game, just one bad game, they are going to
the fans don't like him already.
Exactly, they are going to go after him. Yeah. So I feel like he really needs to leave United, go to where he enjoyed football. That was Dortmund, where there's a bit of less pressure.
And at Dortmund, for the last 3 seasons, he averaged more than 10 assists. I think he had like 14.
Yeah, he found himself
yeah.
in that league. So I think he deserves to go there. To enjoy football once again.
Personally, I still, even at Dortmund, when everybody was, talking a lot about how good he is, when I was watching his game, trying to compare how he would translate, I never really rated his game like that because as a winger, for me, priority, you have to be brave enough to be taking on your defenders.
Yeah.
And he always looked like an inside, like half space type of player.
Yeah, okay.
So going to Dortmund would help him for his own mental health. I think it would help him. It would help him. So yeah. On that note, let us know maybe in the comments who is a player that maybe you've been watching. That you would like to maybe join your club. Or what do you think about our analysis of what these players or how they would improve the players? Me calling what's his name? Calvin Phillips, Nokia. Yeah.
33.
Maybe you think highly of him, much more than I do. But yeah. So the game is the game.
And this has been our take. And before we sign out, Happy New Year to everybody.
Please make sure you like,
subscribe, comment,
share. So 2024, we want to keep growing.
Yeah, and do better things for you guys.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Peace out.